Hi everyone, we're going to write a two-column proof given that D is on the bisector of, bisector here of angle BAC, and that we have these perpendicular line segments, and we want to prove that DB is congruent to DC. So we're going to get started. Here's our information. So the first thing we're going to write is our statements. And then our reasons. Hopefully I can get it all on here. All right, so here we go. So for number one, we're going to just write this given. D is on bisector of angle BAC. So that's given. All right, so I think I get most of this on here. Let's see. All right, and then for two, we can write that angle BAD is congruent to angle CAD. These two right here. And that's definition of angle bisector. All right, and then let's say for three, let's write the rest of the given here. DB is perpendicular to AB, and DC is perpendicular to AC. And that was given. All right, and then for angle ABD and angle ACD are right angles. And that's just definition of perpendicular lines. So that follows directly from 3. Now, let's write that angle, these two angles here, angle ABD is congruent to angle ACD. And that's just because all right angles are congruent. All right, and now let's go to 6. We also know that this angle, this line here, is congruent to itself. So if you separated out the triangles, you would have they share the same side. So we're going to just write AD is congruent to AD, and that's the reflexive property. And then since this side's congruent and these angles are congruent and we have an angle here, we have angle, angle, side. So we know that for, since we have the angle, angle, side, we know that triangle ADB is congruent to triangle ADC. And that's by your angle, angle, side congruence theorem. And finally, since the triangles are congruent, we can say that DB, we're doing our final line, DB segment is congruent to DC. And that's just because since the triangles are congruent, the corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.